All right, good. You wanna give it some little post roll and pre roll.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Welcome
This.
to a goddamn cold night, I must say. I don't know how it's for you guys, but
I gotta check.
Did we already start the recording?
Yeah, I can check. Yeah, I started the recording.
Oh, okay. Wait. Are we just rolling the podcast, or is this still just like a double check?
We are rolling. We are going with
do you
it.
want to cut this out?
Oh, yo, my bad.
No, we
That
can
was
keep
not
it
paying
in.
attention. Oh, okay.
It's 34 degrees.
It is about a cool, crisp night.
It's freezing over here. I guess it must have been a wind chill.
Oh, it's pretty cold where I am, but generally
People
it's
are
not bad.
literally turning into ice. It's very scary.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should introduce ourselves first. So,
Alright.
I'm Calvin, and this is the Attic Podcast featuring Miles,
How's
Sam,
it going?
and Sean.
Yo.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Alright, I'm Sam.
He's the green fuck.
Fuck you, bitch! What the fuck?
I am the dumbfounded one.
And
Miles is blue, or wait,
no,
No, that is
Miles is
Sean.
not
Sean
blue.
is the blue
Miles is the one farthest to the right. I am next
Okay,
to him.
right.
After that is Calvin, and then on the left is Sean.
Wait, you are not next. Oh wait, you are next to him.
I am
Ca-
next to him.
Dude, learn to see.
Oh no, we're off to a great start. Aren't we?
Yeah.
Your
Does
eyes.
someone wanna set like an hour-long timer or something so we know when to stop? If we do actually,
We'll be fine.
if
We'll
if
just
we
talk
do
about-
even make it to an hour long of being able to hold
I
a
think we can get to
conversation,
an
because
hour.
God,
We can.
so far, this is gonna be a disaster.
Well, we did not start off the greatest, but you know.
Yeah.
So what? So be it.
Yeah,
we
I mean,
can.
you know, if it has a rough start, yeah, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. Like,
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Calvin, does this cover your introduction of all of us? Can we move on to the next thing, or is there anything
do you-
else?
do you wanna
Well,
explain
you
what
know,
we're doing
give a
today?
little about yourself. You know, like.
Okay. I guess that's the second person who spoke. My name's Sam. I'm basically like the funniest person on the Basement channel.
Okay. Not
uh,
entirely inaccurate.
it isn't. Normally egotistical. That's kind of all you need to know.
Editor for this episode, I believe.
Yeah, I am editing
Yeah,
this
he is
episode.
the recorder and episode, the recorder and editor of this episode, which is episode 0, I guess, because
Yeah,
episode
pilot
1.
episode.
Yeah, episode 1 is gonna be on our channel, which is the Attic.
Because
You can
this
find
is,
it on the Attic.
Only
We'll
two
link
of
it
us.
in the description or
dumb.
something.
Yeah, you know, if the name The Attic is taken, which honestly it probably will be, like we might change it to like The
Don't
Attic
wanna Google it?
Podcast, or like, yeah, you can search it up right now, Mouse. We might change it to like The Attic Podcast, or like The Attic with like a different spelling.
Official. No.
I think yeah, it might just be. Is it taken?
how do you say-
Attic needlework in the attic dungeon.
Attic
What
What
Dungeon.
do they do there?
There's a channel called The Attic with 2 E's. Oh, there is one called The Attic.
No, we can also be The Attic. It's fine. It's not like the basement are the only.
Free dandelion removal services. Burner removal.
All right, I don't need to hear about this.
All right.
Alright, I guess I'll introduce myself next. So, I'm Calvin. I am not affiliated with the Basement. I guess I showed up in like 2 of their Jackbox episodes because they did not have enough people to play with.
Hey, what the fuck, bro?
My biggest achievement in everything is hitting D2 and TFT and then immediately demoting down to Plat 1 because I greeted for Masters 2 hours before the season ended. What else is there about me? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. for things that I don't like, I'll probably take like a backseat and just like listen to other people talk about it. Like, sometimes Miles and Sean will go on like a tangent about like Monogatari or something. But if episode 1, goes the way we plan it to be, like you're gonna hear a lot from me in the near future.
Yeah, Calvin was also in the Wither fight that we
Well,
had.
Right, I was also there.
Isn't actually in any gray area, so he may claim to be. Do you want to go, Sean?
What? I guess I can go. Yeah. I'm Sean. I'm the blue one. Some I don't know what this. I guess what I can say is that I'm
RPG man.
You're the
Monogatari
second
fan.
funniest on the basement channel.
No, I am
The
also
second
the
funniest.
person.
Yeah.
I am.
You
No,
guys can
I'll
share.
go
You guys
first.
can share rank 1.
I
Yeah.
am. I think that Sam is a liar.
No, we're
It's
same
also
LP, bro. We're straight up same LP.
Okay.
No, don't talk to me like that. I play video game and I'm really lazy.
Okay.
Hello. I am Miles. I've probably played the most games, or at least the most niche ones. I've probably read the most as well. Not to brag or anything.
Okay, ego Miles. Our bad.
probably-
Sorry for gatekeeping reading,
These
dude.
two. These three, I suppose.
Nice gatekeeping, Miles. I guess I'll just
I
never
do
read
not
again.
believe
Sorry.
I have appeared in any videos on the basements before now. So
Yeah.
hello. This is my introduction, my grand debut.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares about you, Miles. So we can just go on. I
What
guess.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Oh, dude,
No.
no.
You're really gonna do Mile like that, bro.
You Mile?
Mile.
That's
Mile.
so upsetting.
What
Actually,
an
that
old
would have been a pretty good episode to upload to Basement, which was like the 11:30 Jackbox games.
Too bad nobody recorded that.
Yeah, that would have been such a we had some great drawings.
Those
there.
are so shitter. They're-
But a lot of those, I feel like a lot of those just would not be good to upload because people are gonna find it very strange.
Oh my.
That was also when I drew Schlatt, which was arguably my best drawing in
That's when I drew
Yeah, Schlatt.
shirtless Calvin, but I don't remember the context.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't think anyone needed to hear that.
yeah, that one's saved.
Yeah, it's because you heard like snippets about me drawing shirtless Calvin, and Calvin was like, "Oh, I'm so scared of shirtless Calvin." Wham!
What's your obsession with drawing me shirtless with the cat?
I don't
headphones on?
want to hear this from you, Calvin.
Okay.
I don't want to hear this from you.
I didn't draw you
Alright,
shirtless. I didn't draw you
let's
shirtless.
get to the point.
You didn't draw
Why
me
are
shirtless,
we
but you
even
did draw
really
me as
talking
a
about-
female.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
you're not wrong about that one.
Wait. What is the reason we're here today, Calvin?
Alright,
What
we
topic
can-
are we discussing?
So, for today's pilot episode, we're just gonna basically talk about one of our like favorites from each form of medium of the 4 that we've included today, which is anime, manga, video games, and music. Also including the artists, which is optional. I mean, you don't have to include the artists if you don't feel like it. And yeah, after that, each person, besides the one giving their favorites, has about 5-ish minutes to give their opinion on it. So let's say I say like, oh, my favorite anime is X anime, then the next like 15-ish
I'm gonna
minutes.
say X-Man for a second.
Okay. Quiet, don't talk. I'm trying to explain what we're doing today, man.
Yeah. Get to the point.
All right, yeah. Another common trend is I'm gonna be mean to Miles a lot, but like you'll get.
Yeah.
That's just who
So
he is.
the other 3
Amazing.
people are gonna have about like 5 minutes to give their opinion on each of the like listed favorites, and also like what they think about it and if they agree or disagree. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
If I may butt
and
in
after
here,
that-
this
Do we want to
will.
decide an order for this? Should we just go in?
If you want a
banner order?
just go
translator note from English to what it actually means, it basically means we're going to shit on each other's tastes for 5 minutes afterwards.
Okay, man, like, I explained it in a very
overwhelmingly
normal
agree
way.
with them. It depends on what you choose.
Yeah,
It
and then
does.
after that we might just like fuck around for a bit and like in
We'll
post.
see how much time.
Yeah,
we
we'll
record.
see what we're gonna keep in
Yeah.
post. So like some parts are gonna be cut out, but like it is what it is.
So I think the best way to go about this is to go in order of what they're gonna see, which I believe is Sean, Calvin, Sam, me, because that's
Yeah.
how it's ordered.
Before we do start about this topic, though, should we give some more insight about the podcast itself?
Yeah, we can. So, the podcast is essentially just like when Miles came up
Dumb
to.
fucks talking.
Yep.
Okay, can you?
Let's go.
No, can you just like
TLDR.
let me? Okay, all right.
He's
yeah,
already tired.
I think the main reason I
Dude,
said
I'm
this
fucking
is to
fucking
make
done.
it clear there will probably never be a set upload schedule. Like,
We're
Well,
gonna
I mean,
try and
yeah.
do one a week or more than one a
We'll
week.
we'll try. No,
but
no,
there's
no,
no problem.
Okay. We'll try to get at least. Fuck what Miles said. We're gonna try to at least get one episode done every 2 weeks. So like a bi-weekly upload schedule, at the least. So hopefully most weeks, we'll be able to upload one. But like generally, it's gonna be like kind of spaced out. Like maybe like for like a month we do like 4 uploads, and then like the next month we only do like 2.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
it's gonna be kind of a varied upload schedule, but in general, we can
And
talk about like
we're not
main topics.
necessarily only limited to podcasts, but that's for the most part what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, we're mostly gonna be doing some
If-
talking.
If
but
someone
also,
wants to do like a presentation, they can go for it. Let's just say we have a couple of those lined up potentially in the future.
yeah, we have some stuff lined up basically, like kind of like, well, I wouldn't call them rants, but they're pretty close.
Or one of them.
Oh, you wouldn't call them rants?
Yeah, I
Yo,
suppose.
We'll
I
call
beg
one of
to
them a
differ.
lecture and one of them the ramblings of a madman, we'll say.
Okay, all right, that's just disrespectful. I probably put more time into mine than you did into your. Okay.
Oh, I'm not done with mine yet. Mine will come out for at least a couple months.
All right.
Eh,
All right.
There's a lot to go through. That's gonna be like 6 hours long.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, another thing is that we may occasionally have guests on in case that one of like us core 4 won't make it, or if we just feel like having someone else on for like a change, like that might occasionally happen. Just have like a podcast guest. It's
Yep.
usually gonna be one of our friends, so yeah, like
Yeah.
we'll probably put
I
their
would
name.
be
in-
surprised if they were not one of our friends.
If you ever see starring or featuring PewDiePie, we are probably being held at gunpoint.
We're
That's
not that
not
big.
us. It's probably
Or
not
we've been
us.
hacked.
We've. I'm not even gonna say.
I don't know what you guys are talking
Inspires
about. I'm
views
having-
that I don't want to talk about.
I just had a pleasant evening dinner date with the baby, just like 2 hours ago.
Shut
so-
the
I
fuck
had
Yeah, I got-
Mountain Dew,
I got some
chocolate bars,
connection.
Yeah,
but-
I got
I
some
was
connection.
playing
Uh,
Among Us with my friends earlier today.
Do not utter that name in this podcast. I will not hear any memes of that
We
nature.
cannot corrupt this in the pilot episode
Imposters.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
by the
That's
baby.
Literally
What?
for
Yeah.
saying something.
Yeah.
No, if you just name something, it won't get copyrighted. It's more
DMCA
like
for
playing
existing.
exactly their music or like exactly a video from someone.
All right.
Yeah.
So now that we have all of the bullshit out of the way, should we actually get on to the main activity?
Yeah, let's get
Yes.
to the.
So Sean, would you like to start?
No. That's too boring. How about each of us pick a number 1 through 4, and
I'm just gonna stop this here, because that's not how it's gonna work, or how we're about to explain it isn't gonna work the way. So hey, editor Sam here. How it's actually gonna end up going is we're gonna start with Sean. Sean's gonna list out his favorite anime, then we're gonna talk about it, and then instead of him going on to list out his favorite manga right after that, we're gonna skip to Calvin listing out his favorite anime. Then we'll talk about it, so on and so forth. Everybody will list out their favorite animes, talk about it. Then we'll move on to manga, starting with Sean again. And then we kind of repeat that until we get through everything. Alright, we cool? We cool.
So I guess I will go. In regards to anime, I don't watch a lot of anime, but
I have a feeling I know what your pick.
okay. So to a lot of people,
No pressure. No pressure.
I say that my favorite
shut up,
anime
it's
is
not your
like,
turn.
I say it's like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood or something because I actually really enjoyed that shit. But if I'm like being really honest,
Kill la
It's
Kill.
probably Among what?
Among Us?
No, wait. Yeah, I do love Among Us the anime. No. My favorite anime is probably the very last, or not the very last, but Owari Monogatari season 2 from
Let's
the
go.
Monogatari series. It is so damn good. It's like,
Like, don't. I am not yet caught up with the show, so don't.
oh yeah, I
spoil
won't
anything
spoil
on
it,
that
but
part yet. But
it's
I'm reading it and watching it at the same time,
it's like
and
it's
I've enjoyed it so far.
everything's like clicking together. It's deep, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the best thing I have ever seen. And even if the beginning of the series turns you off because of all like the tits and the ass, don't
I
care.
don't see how that's a turn.
You don't like borderline Molly shit? Come
Yeah,
on.
if all like the little looking girls over there like do
Miles,
like,
this is why I take away your
weird shit.
secrets every time we talk to each other. That's
So
why I
it's a
just
monologue
leave
and a
you.
listener.
That's why I just leave you muted for like half the time we spend with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
no,
alright,
that's
alright.
cool.
All right, continue. My bad.
Like if the little girls over there are doing like really sus shit, don't mind that.
So,
Watch the show. Think
Shut
about
up.
how watch the show.
Oh my
It's like
God.
really deep. It's really philosophical. The music really slaps. The OST really slaps. The
Which
characters
Might
slap.
be our background music, depending. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of subtitles, but you know how to read because you passed school. So
well, I mean, some people don't.
You know, we should make
yeah,
assumptions.
yeah. Fuck you, Sam.
What, me?
I don't wanna
What?
Well, I do not believe any of us besides you have watched that season, so I guess we can just talk about the series
mean,
as a whole.
I've watched
Alright, the series.
I
Through
have not
Kizu.
watched any Monogatari.
I've watched the
I
beginning,
cannot-
I've watched the movies and the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, same with me. Me and Miles are, I'm pretty sure, at the same
I've
point.
also read almost all the books for Box Set 1. I have Box Set 2 to go, and then 3 is gonna come out in like June.
Okay, if we're gonna talk about the series as a whole, then I'm not gonna like, talk about like the show because I've already said what I liked about it. I'm gonna talk about the movie. The three.
Yeah, talk about the movies. The movies are fun.
The
The
three
movies are
movies.
good
Yeah,
too.
Calvin, you're being left
We're
in the
talking
dark
about
here. Fuck you.
Kizumonogatari, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Kizu.
man.
Yeah, Kizumonogatari 1, 2, and 3. It's
I'm
the
on my TFT grind
this
right now.
prequel story,
I see
and
it.
it looks, for me, the movies look so beautiful. I love the colors. I love the character designs. Everything looks hot. It's like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but in movie form.
Unfortunately, to gain the most out of it, it does kind of feel like we have to watch it at 0.25 speed to read all the goddamn subliminal messages beaming into you.
They're flashing text.
Which I believe the running theory is that it's the things, it's what he's thinking, or it's they're lines from the book.
I think it's both actually.
And like the jump cuts of it being black or red or white or whatever is him blinking and
Yeah,
thinking.
I know that one. Yeah, it's him like. I think each like color screen represents something different. Like black and red is him blinking. Everything else, I
Yeah,
don't.
and red. I believe red is like if he's blinking because of an extreme emotion. I don't remember. It's been a little bit.
Horny.
Okay.
Yeah, he is horny a lot.
I mean, listen, man. If you like that opening scene in Kizu, you know, decapitated limbs and all that, you know, all for you, man.
It's epic. It's epic.
My favorite.
I can agree.
I
think
like their use of CGI. I'll also say. I don't think it's too in your face, and I think it's well done.
I do like the art style they used for Kizu. Like it took like the first movie to get used to it compared to their usual art style, but once I did, I thought it was very high quality.
Also, Studio Shaft, the guys who do the thing, fucking Shaft. They made Madoka Magica 2, which I haven't watched, but the style that they chose to adapt the light novels is so cool. I love how they do it. It's like, because it's mostly just talking, so they're like, oh, we gotta make this not boring, so they put like all these like cool backgrounds, everything's like abstract,
Oh,
and then they put like these color scenes everywhere. Like there's like text on the screen and it's like, wow, that's so cool. And then they put up like these flashy like tits and shit. It's great.
It was going so well until you had to bring that up as your main point.
Yeah, I was about to say.
His social
So
status is
like,
plummeting.
What, Ayuki, it's Tomoyuki Itamura, and it is Tatsu Oishi. So I believe Ayuki is the one who did Kumanoka Magica, and I think he did Alien 9 as well.
Did I just hear someone say "Let's go" in the background?
No,
I
don't do it. Don't bring it up.
I did hear
Oh, my
something,
apologies.
but
Let's go.
Tomoyuki did the Persona 3 movie, and
Persona 3 has a movie?
they all have a movie or a show.
They do? Okay, I know that they have a show, but I
Well,
didn't know
not 1 and 2, but 3, 4, 5.
yeah,
3 and 4 have movies. I think 4 has multiple movies. And 3 has a couple movies too.
I thought they only
And
had shows.
Tatsuo Oishi, I think, only did Monogatari. And he might have done some live action stuff too. I don't remember. Whatever.
yeah. Alright.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Alright, going on to manga now?
Well, no.
Uh-huh.
We move on to what your favorite anime is.
Oh, my
Is
favorite.
Calvin
Oh,
second?
going
What's
that
the
way.
list,
Oh,
by the way?
okay.
It's
We're just going in the right order.
Yeah, we're just going the-
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck that
right.
coin flip bullshit. Let's just go left to right, bro.
Okay, so I would say that for me, there's I've watched a fair share of anime. I wouldn't say I'm a fanatic, but I've seen probably more than like mainstream. It's just I think for me, my favorite would have to be Mob Psycho 100. Season 1 and Season 2 were both really good, but I think Season 1's really what resonated with me because Mob is just it's a very just good experience, I think, for any viewer of anime, like whether or not like you're new or like you've watched like a fucking million animes, like it's just a great time because it kind of has everything that you would want in an anime, in the sense that like it leaves nothing in kind of, well, I guess it does leave some stuff in the dark, but like it leaves nothing like undesired, I feel like, for an anime. Like it has drama when it needs to have drama, it has action when it needs to have action, it has like deeper, more like philosophical and emotional parts when it has like deep and philosophical emotional parts. A lot of people complain about the art style, but for me, like, I never really found it to be that big of a problem because I genuinely think like some of the fights, especially in Season 2, are beautiful. Like I don't want to spoil too much, but like one of the fights in Season 2 where Mob gets a new I guess like form is like actually incredible. Like it actually blew me away the first time I saw it. Mob Psycho 100, like there's really not much I can say about it without spoiling too much, because most of my favorite parts are the very plot like driven emotional parts of the story, so I'll try and like refrain myself as much. Pretty much I just like it because it kind of has the whole package, like it has everything.
Well, the writer is really good, right? I think that's what makes both of his shows so good.
One Punch Man, well, One Punch Man's I think a slightly
Well, I mean,
Mob.
Season 2 is so flat, but it suffers what, like, the Berserk 2016, which I think I've
Second
brought this up to
season
before.
syndrome.
Agree.
No, it's that the writing was so good, it took an arguably horrible show to being good on the story alone.
Hard agree.
Because, like, I'll bring up Berserk again. Berserk is really good. I'm not going to talk about it today. I teetered back and forth if I was gonna. It's just
the only
really
time I will ever agree with Miles.
And the storytelling really is the only reason you should watch the movies. I will say they do get better. Part 3 of the movies is not that bad. But part 1 and 2 are definitely lacking. Like, there's no way around it. They kind of suck.
Got
But the
caught.
story, as long as you're listening to only the story, and you're just kind of looking at the cool world building, you can get through it. It's not horrible. It's not torture.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, I feel like for Mob, it's like, yeah, I agree that sometimes it feels like the kind of janky, and it's
Well,
kind of
again, that's also because they adapted his art, I think, really well.
Yeah, I really think it was a very faithful and very good adaptation of very good source material. Like again, I always praise Mob for how much of the full package it has. Like if there was an anime I would recommend to everybody, it would be Mob, 100%.
I would probably recommend Vinland Saga, but that is tough
I
for me.
disagree. I think
Well, Vinland Saga
you
is
have
kind of like
you
the
have your
action
turn.
sign and that works for anyone.
You have your turn to talk.
Or I guess it's more for like. I won't say anything. I'm rambling too much out of turn, but I'd say it's more for the. It's the anime for people who don't watch anime.
I guess you can see it that way.
Are we done talking about Psycho? Is it
I mean, I don't think
I mean,
I
as
don't
someone-
have anything to say about
Well,
it.
I mean,
haven't watched it.
I recently finished the second season. I binged through the whole thing like last weekend or the weekend before.
I haven't seen season 2 either, so no spoilers, please.
I won't. All I gotta
haven't
say,
seen
it
it, no.
was very good. I
I've
think
seen all Red Plate, but I don't know the context.
switching from what the first season ended on to the beginning of the second season is kind of like the hardest thing to do in the whole series.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
But
what made
besides
me
that,
drop it for like multiple months. So just like watch it through. It does get very good.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here disagrees with my opinion, so we can just go on. It's just like, I'm not saying it's the greatest of all time or anything. I'm just saying, it's really good. Like, if you haven't watched it, find some free time to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I really think it is an anime that works for like almost everybody. Like, it's up there.
I really thought you were about to just say it is an anime and then just stop talking. No shit. What else would it be?
All right.
Well, Sam, I believe it is your
Moving
turn.
on to myself.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
if you couldn't tell by my Discord profile picture,
Well, he cannot see it. They cannot see it. He's
I'll
Amelia
show it.
From
Yeah.
ReZero.
my
Amelia.
favorite
Yeah,
anime
you can add it in
is
post. You can add it in post.
3-0. Oh.
I will ask before you start speaking. Also, please do not discuss spoilers. I believe all three of you have watched it. At least the second
Sean has
season.
watched season 1.
Sean has watched season.
Alvin
Seven
is
season
out.
one, so please don't say
So
anything about
wait,
that.
wait, you haven't watched any of the show yet?
I've seen season 1. Don't spoil season 2.
Okay, yeah, that's all right.
I think I finished season 1. I don't remember. It was like years and years ago when it came out.
Yeah, I think I picked up the show at a very good time. I picked it up last summer, which was basically right when the second season got announced, and I finished the entire first season in one day. I really don't have a reason for why I fell in love with the show. I just kind of did. Yeah. You know, I just have a way with forms of entertainment. Yeah. I mean, to talk about it without spoiling it is kind of difficult.
Story-driven show, right?
Yeah, it's
it
very
is
story-driven.
very-
It's
it's
very
more
like
than just a
character.
waifu,
It's
one
very
can say.
story-driven and character-driven. I just like seeing how they were able to build fucking shitter Subaru into such a good character.
Yeah, real quick, I will say that I do agree with Sam in that I think ReZero is not necessarily for everyone, but for the people that would enjoy it, they would love it because it is like really an incredible show. Like I think. So I'm actually a little ahead of Sam on the source material. Now.
Oh yeah,
and
you started
I'm not
reading
gonna
the
say-
light novels, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much about it. It's just like Studio David really has. I think it's Studio David that adapted it, right?
White
Yeah,
Fox, or wait, are you talking about
No, it's White
writing the
Fox.
light novels?
No, it's
Yeah,
White Fox.
White Fox is doing the animation for it.
Studio David.
White Fox really actually did like an excellent
it's
job
White
adapting
Fox.
it because a lot of I feel like a lot of the build up in the anime is a lot better than in the light novel, I would say. But that isn't to take away from the light novel. It's just like the anime adaptation's incredible. If I had something to say about it, it's just go watch it. Like
Yeah.
go watch. I would for anyone that hasn't watched it, I would say maybe give the show like 4 to 5 episodes, and then by then you'll probably.
What I would say is I'd at least give it like 1.5 arcs, which would be through episode 7.
Looks like he was an animation.
I
director
no,
on the
I disagree. I feel like if you give it that long, I don't think people would Like, by episode 4.
The reason why I say that is because Arc 1 is so short, and it's not really where like the story and characters like are
I've heard the
really
meat of
started
it
to
is in,
develop.
is in season 2. It's like where it gets really good. Is what I've heard.
Oh yeah, season 2 has been incredible.
Oh, yeah,
Every
also
fucking
Yeah,
episode.
season 2 has been very good.
The people who want to watch ReZero and you actually like it, don't give up near the middle. Like,
Yes.
no matter
not.
what comes your way, don't do it.
Oh my god, yes, please. Dropping
Oh.
the show from episode 12 to 18 is the pussy's way out.
It's like skipping the endless 8 from Haruhi. That's what a coward does.
Yeah.
I still gotta
Or
finish
skipping
Haruhi
all the
too.
preview of
I
Hero.
watched the normal season. I watched the first season, and I haven't watched the movie yet.
Oh, we gotta talk
I
about
haven't, I haven't watched
Hero.
anything besides season
The
1.
movie is very good.
We have to talk about
I
Hero
tried
sometime.
watching it when I was years and years ago, but I was lazy, so I didn't finish it. But I wanna get back to it.
I think
Hmm.
the last thing I'll say about this show is that the cliffhangers are fucking great. They leave you hanging harder than you leave Sayori, bro. Like holy
Wow.
shit.
Damn.
But what part of that was necessary?
I just
Why
said
do you
the
need to
same.
say
Didn't
But
need what part of
I
that?
think you also fucked up the line too.
I don't
Leaves you
know.
it leaves you hanging harder than you left you. I don't.
I didn't
you
want to
left-
say. I didn't want to say
Stop,
hanging.
Stop. Yo,
Yeah,
just
Miles,
whatever,
stop.
whatever.
I didn't want to say hanging twice, so I just fucking stopped there.
You could have said left you hanging like a strike slip fault if anyone else it is.
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
What the
I was just gonna take my
Alright,
time.
just give up.
It's
That joke did not land.
So,
Alright, I guess it's Miles'
it
turn.
is my turn.
Even though no one
I
cares.
have teeter-tottered between choices. I think I'm gonna talk about Fooly Cooly as my favorite. Fooly Cooly
Oh,
was
right.
an OVA series done by Studio Trigger with the directors of Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, and Eden of the East. If-
Oh, Gurren
I don't know
Lagann.
if you know.
Yeah, I have heard very.
Essentially, they smashed them together and said, do whatever you want. You get 6 episodes, have fun.
Oh,
we
is
got-
this FLCL?
Huh?
Is this FLCL or is that something else?
Yeah, Fooly Cooly, FLCL.
Oh, I've heard
It's like
very
super-
good things about this one.
Oh,
I've
I've heard that.
kind of like here's the greatest recommendation for watching it, in my opinion. First of all, the other 2 seasons are okay, but season 1 it really is good.
It's
If you only want to watch it one time, be prepared to not understand anything and look at the pretty animation. Unless you want to rewatch it like 1 or 2 times, you're not really gonna understand most of the plot. It's mostly gonna be look at some animators flex what they can do.
yeah, it's Studio Trigger. Like they can
Studio
animate
Trigger.
some really great stuff.
And it's, I think, one of the outliers of having a good ending for Studio Trigger. You won't understand it until you rewatch it. I think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I should probably watch that.
It's
I've only
essentially
heard the
about-
name before, so.
It's about this kid, Naoto. And it's kind of like a coming of age story. He's trying to flex how he's mature. And that's kind of most of the theming of the show. And like,
I have heard good things. I will say that. Yeah.
you can grind it out in like a couple hours. Like it's not long at all, but it has a really good soundtrack, by the way, which is the artist and music I'm bringing up later. I mean, it's just good. Like really, like it may be rough if you want to get a coherent story first time around, but just have fun, just enjoy it. It's
Yeah. Think of Fooly Cooley's.
as like an action movie,
Story-
like a John Woo.
No,
You're
I
watching
would
it for
say-
fun.
I would say think of Fooly Cool story as ReZero episodes 12 through 18. just ignore it. It's fine.
I
You
wouldn't
mean
ignore it,
push
but, like,
through?
It's kind of
Yeah.
just like, it's kind of like you're missing backstory. You're not
Fucking
necessarily missing
Scion
story.
alt, power through it, bro.
I guess I would, if you're gonna describe it like that, I guess I would compare it to like a superhero movie. It's like
Yeah, kind
the
of.
story can be bad, but it's like big buff people fighting like.
I wouldn't even call it bad. It's
Oh.
more just like, I don't know what they're doing or why they're. What are they talking about? Why is she
I
there?
am lost.
Like, what is her relationship with this dude? You might want to Google a couple things. But I think
oh my god, it's like RPG walkthrough. It's like I'm so confused.
But yeah, I mean, I might try and get these three monkeys to watch it with me one time for an episode. We'll
That's
see.
just rude. Come on, bro.
It's not that long. So
I
might be able to.
I know something or other about trying to get other people to watch a show that you like, you know?
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Listen, I can understand, but when it's only like 2 to 3 hours long for the whole show, it's not like I'm asking you to stay there for like 5 hours watching a full season. It's 6 episodes. I watched it on YouTube at night, and then rewatched it the next day because I liked it so much. But yeah. I mean, I guess we won't know until you watch it.
Okay, well,
I think
your time's up. Nope.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's Sean. It's
boy,
Sean's
like,
time.
What the fuck, bro? Okay.
I'm tired of hearing him speak. Sean, talk about your
Jesus
favorite.
Christ.
Talk about your favorite. Talk about your favorite manga, Sean.
My favorite manga. Okay. There's 3 candidates for my favorite manga, and I don't
Just
know.
choose. It doesn't have to be your favorite. Just one of
Yeah,
your
just pick
favorites.
one of them that you want to talk about.
Okay.
Like, the one that you can talk about the most, I guess.
All right. If it's the one that I could talk about the most, my favorite manga is gonna have to be Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
So,
I'm cracking up, boys.
I
I'm
thought
eating
you were
this
gonna
soda.
say Bloom Into You, because I know you've been reading that recently, right?
wait, read what?
Bloom Into You or whatever it's called.
I finished Blue. That was the other one.
Yeah,
Blue
that was-
is real
okay.
good, but I can't really talk about it. So
Oh my god.
Dragon Ball. If I want to be really like simple, I really love the art for Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball is so cool. The story is kind of shitty, but like
It's a Dragon Ball story.
that's not why you read it. You read
Yeah.
it because it's big fights. The fights are drawn out on purpose. The story moves by, like you blink and the story's over, but like the fights are like drawn out. It's like multiple pages worth of fights. And the story is like Goku talk, Piccolo talk. Oh, they're fighting.
Yeah,
oh, they're
pretty
Dragon
much.
Balls. They're coming to save us. So it's like if it's like
Dargan.
it's shitty, but it's something you can thoroughly enjoy if you're willing to like spend that much time into it. Like
If
I
you
would-
are stupid, you will enjoy
I
it.
read Dragon Ball like really quickly. I read it in like 3 days. I was like non-stopping it. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Who knew that Dragon Ball would be this awesome? Wow. And then I'm like, okay, time to go play my Dragon Ball mobile game.
What you're gonna talk about next?
Great, is he done?
Yeah, I guess it's
I'm
Yeah.
done with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Alright, Calvin.
Oh, you didn't hear it. I opened the soda.
I did not hear it.
Hmm.
Play
This
like a
one-
soda.
this
Play like a
one's-
soda opening noise right there.
You just like
This
start
one's
hearing.
pretty hard, but I think again with like Sean, I have like 3 that I really like. I'll just name them, but I'll talk about one in particular. So no, I'll just say it. So I think currently my favorite. In the past I had others, but currently my favorite is probably Vagabond. So I don't know if you guys know what Vagabond
You
is.
finish
Do you
it,
guys
by
know?
the way?
Vagabond.
Not
I've
quite,
heard
but
of it.
I know the ending got rushed, but I'm not
The
quite.
ending is more of an art exhibit because he didn't want to finish it.
Yeah, but pretty much Vagabond, like again, same with Mob Psycho. It's incredibly hard for me to talk about without getting very spoilery. It's just I really love the art. I love the art. I love the story. The fights are incredible. Like I cannot stress how good the art is for this series. Like it is so good. It is so good. And like I can kind of understand if someone is trying to read the Vagabond story and being like, yeah, this is kind of like strange. You know, it's like at first, you know, it don't make sense. But like just look at the swords, man. Like you don't gotta be that.
Yeah, I mean that dude did what? He did Slam Dunk, I think, which is the basketball.
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, the very old basketball one.
It is. I had a thought on it, but I'm blanking now.
You had a thought.
I was
Okay.
thinking about it. I had.
Brain.
Oh, it's one of like the OG
Miles
Golden Three
Brain.
in my mind. The Golden Three are like Berserk, Vagabond, and Kingdom. Are like the
Oh,
OG
yeah,
classics
yeah,
that I think
yeah.
are just
I-
amazing.
Dude, yeah, they're so good. I need to
Right.
get started.
I
need
was
to
gonna
get
talk
started
about
on
Berserk, but I'm not because I want to highlight more niche shit, but you know.
I think I need to get started on. I need to get started on Kingdom eventually. I got a lot of stuff.
I mean, yeah, it's still going. It's not that long.
yeah,
Actually, that's a lie. It's
That's
pretty
a
long.
lie, bro. That's a lie.
It's
Nah,
been going
you
for a while.
just straight up lied to my
I
face.
lied to your face. It's getting pretty good right now, though.
Yeah, I'll get caught up with that eventually. It's just, dude, Vagabond, man, like, God, dude, Vagabond's so good. Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
It is, unfortunately, there is no ending. Well,
Yeah,
there is an ending,
no,
but there's no
it's
ending.
very-
There's no, like, complete ending. It's more
It's
of
just
his
very
thoughts when he quit doing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I wouldn't say that really detracts from it. It's with the spirit of what he was doing and where the character is and
Yeah,
what the character thinks. So I have no complaints.
Yeah, I have no complaints so far. I'm getting pretty close to that, but
But you'll have to pirate the ending, by the way.
yeah,
It's an art exhibit. They're not gonna put it out in images.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty much done. I don't think, besides Miles, I don't think the two of you really have that much experience with that, so...
Yeah,
will
all I
just-
know is I've heard it. I saw it in a meme where they put like Vagabond, Vinland Saga, Berserk, and some other shit. And there was like a big brain guy talking, and he was like shouting to like a guy with a small brain, and there was like some really stupid shit.
Yeah.
The small
Yeah.
brain guy was thinking, it's like my only exposure to it.
I will hand it over to Sam, because
Well-
I am done with my piece.
You see here, I'm not much of a manga reader. I actually, ever since
Comic book.
Manga Zone got fucking purged of like,
Got snapped.
like 3/4 of the mangas I read, I cannot remember. I cannot. It's just
Okay,
a
yeah,
burning
so-
memory, bro.
Even if they call the like titles, they'll remain in your favorites, or at least the names of them will be there.
Yeah, I didn't favorite any of them. I'd say the only the one I can remember is I finished Demon Slayer, which got purged.
That's no Yaiba.
Uh,
So,
yeah, I was
Yeah.
caught up on Senko-san, gone now, and Solo Leveling I was also caught up on, which has
Well,
gone now.
I don't think we can count that. I think we're gonna do a different episode.
solo
on-
leveling is a different topic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna do
not
a
really a
different
manga.
episode. We're gonna do a different episode on
Which I also
Korean
thought were my
and
favorite.
Korean and Chinese
Yeah,
comics.
my fault.
Yo,
I'm bad.
I can talk about shit that I've never read. I can just I can pull out like the historical comics that I have of this guy talking about this Korean dude talking about the United States presidents and to say how entertaining that was when I was like really little. They compared Abraham Lincoln to like a gorilla, and I don't know why.
I'll wait on context for that
Wait,
one.
wait,
I want to
Yo,
be
hey, wait, what? What? All right, we can talk about this. All right.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
very weird. It's like a fever dream.
So the three mangas that I've read that are still there are Kaguya-sama, Doctor
Ah.
Stone, and then Bokutachi.
All of those.
Drama is
Oh,
good.
Bokutachi.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any of them are like
Oof.
godly, but
I'm drinking
Yeah.
a fifth of my calories.
I
and
mean,
sodas
yeah,
today.
I liked all three of them. I've enjoyed all three of them.
Yeah,
I
they're all
enjoyed
good.
Demon Slayer until the very end. Then I didn't like it as much.
yeah, they did all like the. Now
Well,
he's dead. Now he's not
it's
dead.
as shonen as it gets. It's literally shonen
It-
tropes.
Yo, I
Yeah.
love shonen stuff. Dude.
It's blatantly taking shonen tropes, shoving them in your face, and saying, "This is what I am. I'm unapologetically shonen."
I am.
Don't let it get out.
It's me.
Goku.
And, you know, it does it well. I'm not complaining. It's just kind of generic because it's literally all that.
Win the Goku.
If you like shonen, you like it.
Goku is a. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay. Please, yes, please.
No, you know the
We held
one-dimensional
ourselves
character personalities can be a bit annoying at times,
Yeah.
like Sleepy Man and Musclehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't have anything else to say about
Yep.
those unless you guys
Alright.
want to add something.
Miles is gonna go on a rant, so I'm down to just skip him. He's gonna watch.
What the fuck?
No, I intentionally chose
At
a
least-
short series to talk about,
A
which
sword
I
series?
asked. I short series.
Oh, I see.
Short
I
series.
intentionally asked. I intentionally chose because I also wanted you three to read it, or at least Calvin, because I recommended to him like almost a month ago, and he ignored me.
Yeah, I do that a
That's
lot.
how cruel.
Jesus Christ.
It is a little story called Shikan Otako, or Molester
Oh
Man.
my god, this one.
Now listen, I know the
heard
title sounds bad. It is based on a 2chan thread, where the
Explain what 2chan is. Explain what 2chan is.
2chan is or Futaba channel. I think they renamed themselves too. I don't remember. Is little 4chan. 2chan is like the OG 4chan, but Japanese only. And let's just say it's brutal. It's a lot more brutal than America, because everyone's self-contained.
Oh no.
And there's a thread group. I want to call them the Vipers, but that could be wrong. Something with snakes. In 2chan, where the story takes place. And the main character named himself Molester Man due to an incident in the beginning of the story. And it's essentially...
Oh god, I can't listen to this anymore, bro.
Keep going.
It's not ecchi. As much as that, there's like one ecchi scene, and it's not bad. It's well written. It's a rom-com. It's a rom-drom about him and his love adventures trying to get a girlfriend. And it really gives some good twists in there, and it really feels like realistic, kind of.
Molester Man.
Listen, he
That
names
is a Miles recommendation for you, gentlemen.
he names characters. There's one he names Lollyjugs. Aptly so.
Calvin just got more evidence into his anti-Miles argument.
Yeah, you guys.
I know
more
the
into my
names sound bad, but it's
huh?
2chan. 2chan responses are written into it. Like he asked what he should do to 2chan, and they will respond to him, and he will try and act on it most of the time. It really feels like a real event that happened, and we're really understanding what this dude went through and his relationship issues and troubles.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I think it is. I really enjoyed it, and I really, really can't recommend it enough. It's not that long. It's like 26 chapters. Just read it. Read it in like an hour or two. It's good. It's damn good. It's my favorite rom-dram of all time, I'd have to say.
My favorite
Molester
rom-dram
Man.
is Molester Man.
Molester Man.
Oh my god.
Molester Man
It
and
goes on some good twists and
Lollyjugs.
turns. I won't say anything, but
Lester Man and
the main girl is not who it seems at first. is all.
Molester Miles.
No! What the fuck?
It's gonna be called Shikan Otako. Drawings are a little bit shitty, but it's a good story.
Okay, no more.
Alright,
I'll give it a read. I'll do it.
let's move on to video games. If I check how long we've been recording for,
Almost an
we are
hour now.
at the 48-minute mark.
we got plenty of time left.
Yeah, we
It's
got some
fine.
time left. So let's go through
Video.
video
Excuse
games.
me.
Video game.
Haha, Sean. I can think of like, I don't know.
I can think of one. I can think of one for you.
You're RPG, man. Just pick an
I
RPG.
Okay,
I
so,
can think of two.
There's
For
a
Sean?
well, I'm looking on my Steam
Yeah.
page right now, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of games that I like, and the ones that I'm about to like name out.
This
are
is
not-
defining who you are to everyone listening.
Oh my
This
god,
is
I'm
who
gonna
you're gonna
stop-
be for the rest of
I'm
this
gonna look
series.
really bad, but like, okay, so
If this is
I
one of the
love-
two
I like
games,
Minecraft. I like Super Smash Brothers. I like Ace Attorney. I really love Ace Attorney, but I'm gonna have to say that one of the games that I had probably the most pleasurable experience
No,
playing.
man, no.
What do you
What's it
think?
gonna be? We're in anticipation.
do you
think
do you
I
want me to
did?
give my two answers right now?
Sure, say it.
Or actually no, I have three answers. I feel like it's either gonna be Final
You'll have time
Fantasy
to talk about
VII, Undertale / Deltarune, or Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
No,
Please don't talk about a gacha game on this.
I'm not gonna talk about a gacha game, alright? Sam
Okay.
is actually correct. One of my favorite games is Undertale.
Let's
I was
go.
gonna say Final Fantasy VII.
And saying this now, and Miles was like, "This is gonna define who you are," and I'm like, "Aw, please don't."
Yeah, I understand it. Undertale, it's kind of like My Hero, and the fandom can be so bad.
But the
That is
game,
Yeah, I don't think it's inherently bad. It's just like
the thing itself is
the
inherently bad,
the
but it
difference.
attracts certain type of people that are bad.
The difference between
It's
My Hero
mostly-
and Undertale
like
though is that
no one. I would never recommend My Hero, even though it's not that bad. It's
Well,
getting good
My
right now.
Hero, has literal pedophiles. At least Undertale has.
just has.
Undertale is furries, Calvin.
Yeah. But at least they're not like
pick your
elite.
poison.
Like they're not like a criminal.
Calvin. And they have the Homestuck and they have the furries. If you don't know Homestuck is,
I keep seeing.
let's just say good.
everywhere, but like,
My
It's like
favorite
an old
manga
web
is
game and
Emergence.
has that kind of shitty community as well.
you know what? I guess I'm also just gonna merge Deltarune into Undertale.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like the reason why I picked
Continuation rate.
Final Fantasy VII is, like, I love Final Fantasy VII. The story's great, but the game can be so unbearable sometimes that it makes me kind of upset. Like,
Yes.
the game is story's so good, the characters are pretty cool, but man, I don't want to play.
Yeah,
frustrating.
you gotta stop.
It's too old. I want to play the remake. So Undertale is great because it's really funny, and for being like a turn or it's not really a turn-based. Is it a turn-based RPG? I guess it
Kinda.
is.
No, I mean, it innovates it really well to where
Yeah,
it
there's,
doesn't
like-
really feel like an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like it feels.
It feels more like a bullet hell.
It
Yeah,
does. It
Final
does.
Fantasy VII, it's like the gameplay. It's kind of like the same thing over and over again. It's like, oh,
It's
use
a Yoldi RPG with some infuriating moments. I will lament.
yeah, but really cool villain. Anyway,
Like Yuffie, we'll just say that.
yeah, but Undertale, it's like each battle, it's like really cool. You get to you have to know what each battle is about. Like the Undyne fights, like with like the arrows, and like the Sans fight is just frustrating, and then like the final Flowey fight is so cool.
Did you get every ending?
I have gotten the 3 main endings, which
I
The
didn't
only
know
time I
that
played
before.
Undertale was I never did a neutral. I did a pacifist and a genocide.
and then you did genocide. I remember doing genocide like really late at night. I beat Sans at like 1 a.m. and I was like trying really hard
I
not
was
to.
actually really surprised because I beat Sans on like my fourth. It was like my third or fourth try. I was because I kept watching people fight him on YouTube, and I feel like I watched it so many times that
Well, yeah. Once
Tap
you
pattern
learn
was
his
really-
patterns.
it was literally burned into my brain. I was like, yo,
Well,
like, I
there's a
know how
website.
to-
I don't remember the name of it. That's just the
Bad times
Sans
in-
fight.
it's like-
as a
Yeah,
website.
yeah. I
We played it
grinded
during
the
class and we were
shit
bored.
out of that in middle school.
Yeah, I'm like I have to practice bad time simulator.
I've beaten Sans at least like twice using that.
Yeah. Enough about Undertale. Play it. The music is really good. Like sometimes, like
90%
it's
of
like
like Toho, where it's more of the director really loves music and makes the music first, and then designs the game around the music.
Toby
uh,
Cox.
and then after Undertale is Deltarune, which is
The
more
man
like
who
a
showed
turn-based
up to Sakura's
RPG. You like
house.
actually have like a party, and you like have like the old RPG menu and like the guy standing on one side and like the enemy on the other side. But the gameplay for Deltarune is still really cool. The music is nice. I like the secret boss, like the clown guy.
Oh, yeah.
His theme is really good.
Yeah, I gotta
His theme
say,
is great.
Rude Buster fucking slaps.
Yeah, the battle
Yeah,
music,
Rude
bro.
Buster.
I don't know. I still prefer World Revolving.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, like Deltarune, like the big tracks like Rude Buster, Chaos King, and World Revolving are great.
Toby Fox
And
is a
I also
madman
like,
with that music, and I really hope
Field of Hopes and
he
Dreams
delivers
is
on
also
Deltarune
good.
Part 2, 3, and 4.
I wish it would be like as good, if not better, than like his previous games. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait.
Well, we can't.
can't, like-
Unfortunately, hype is a rough thing. We cannot.
Pointed like
Hype is
small
always going
deals.
to be there, but we can't always just expect it to be amazing and godlike. He's definitely trying, but I did
Yeah, like, you
look at his
appreciate
Twitter a
the
little bit.
effort.
He was like, doing Deltarune has really shown me how bad of a writer I am. It's been rough. So I mean, hopefully it's good, but we'll see.
Yep, that's what I have to say about my and also Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion exists. That's like my favorite horror game. Anyway, who's next? Calvin.
Oh. Well, I think everyone should know my answer.
What, League of Legends? No, it's not League.
Yeah.
Oh, it
My
is.
answer for my favorite video game of all time, as much as I fucking despise dog shit Riot Games and their fucking hideous ass philosophy for game design, it has to be League of Legends.
League
And
of
I'm
Legends.
gonna give my reasons right now. And I think the biggest reason, I love League so much has to be the person. Like,
The
I
what?
fell in love with League.
You
I
cut
fell
out, sorry.
Oh, did I cut out? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, my bad. I said my internet's kind of shit right now. But I said the biggest reason why I think I fell in love with League is the pro scene. Because, so, I knew what League was back in, like, Season 5. Because one of my friend's older brothers was really into League at the time. And, I knew what it was, but I wasn't very invested in it. And it was only in Season 6 when Faker was like a literal god, right? And like everyone was like praising Korea for like being super
SKT,
good.
SKT,
Like
Dynasty.
the reign of
Yeah.
SKT. And it was then that so my best friend lives in, well, he's not in, okay, well, I guess this is really important to the story. So basically I went to Canada to visit, and his older brother was watching LCS on his laptop, and I started watching LCS with him, like during the duration of my stay. So, me being like dumb fuck, like I had no idea what the fuck was going on, right? I was like, huh? Well, like what is this guy? Like, why didn't they just pick Master Yi? Like Master P in my level 2 game. So why didn't they just pick Master Yi? So I started watching a lot of pro games, and I remember like during Worlds, I watched Worlds for the first time. And it was a crazy experience because I saw all the people in the stand. I saw like the crazy builds and the gameplay. I was like, wow, that's so smart. Like, why didn't I think of this? Like, I was basically watching like these world class teams like fight each other, be super fucking good at the game. It was just good. It was a good time. And I think slowly over time, I got more invested into League, and it's just like it kind of grew up along with me. I think like it was a big part of my childhood, and it was also just like a big part of kind of like defining who I am, I guess. So like as much as I love to shit on the game, like League has had a very big impact on me.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like an addiction. Everyone who plays it says they hate it, yet they can't stop playing. So it is a bit funny to me.
I would
I mean, a
say-
good portion of it is kind of boring. It's, to me, League is always, laning is boring as fuck, and I really enjoy it when you get the fights or like team fights. So it always feels to me like
Yeah, but you're kind of bad at the game, so your
trudging
opinion
through a
is-
slog of what's the word? Boring. There's a
Right,
word
but
for it.
your opinion doesn't matter. unless you're
I'm
bad.
just saying, to me, a normie, a casual. Well, I'm not a normie, a casual player. It feels like trudging through the slog of farming to get those real good parts of fun 1v1 or team
Or
fights.
you can just pick a Nunu and just gank constantly. Just be
Yeah.
a rat.
I mean, as much as I clown on League and shit, I cannot deny the like 2 years of just fucking fun that it gave me.
I think I'm starting to kind of outgrow the game in the sense that I'm not as dependent on it as anymore. But it's just like it's
Oh
the
my
whole place. in my heart.
It's a Toy Story, except it's the League
He
story.
is waning himself off because it's like a heroin addiction.
After he
Yeah,
comes-
yeah.
Slowly waning himself off.
That's actually an excellent way to put it. Like it's literally like I'm
It's so
addicted.
sad, no.
No, it's like I'm actually addicted, like injecting heroin in my veins, and then at some point, like my IQ just doubled. And I'm like, maybe I should stop injecting heroin. Like, I think
Yeah,
it's
but you
He
can't
turned
stop
off
full
Peter
stop.
mode
You have
and
to
just
slowly
started-
wane yourself
So-
off over time.
no. So then I started being like, okay, but what if today I just take 12 doses instead of 13 doses of heroin, and then like eventually, like 12 doses becomes 11 doses, and now it's like once every like month, I'll take like a lethal dosage of heroin, but like
So it's like it's
Excuse me.
like the reverse of getting addicted, of like how 1 dose turns to 2 dose and so on. It's
Yeah.
just fucking
Well,
Reverse.
that's
Put it in
hopefully the
reverse.
path.
all
to
day
recovery
turns
from
into
addiction. You
23
wane yourself off.
hours.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, and
Legal.
is that our thoughts on League? Is Sam? Is it your turn?
Yeah, I mean, again,
love
Yeah.
League.
I don't think
Oh,
my opinion is
shit.
I've
very
only played it for like 2 hours at most, but like, yeah, it's cool. I like Garen. He's really hot.
Garen, big cock
All right, Sam.
and
And
cum.
Your turn.
Okay. Favorite video game. Goddamn. Minecraft. Childhood. I love the game, but it's not like my favorite. Kirby is
Aw.
also a childhood favorite. I fucking love Superstar Ultra and Return to Dreamland almost as much as I love myself.
Heroin.
Undertale is good. Undertale is good. League of Legends was fun. Was.
Agree.
Yeah, I think
Hard agree.
Yeah. Risk of Rain. Fucking time of my life, but it's also
yeah.
fucking hell.
Two.
Two.
Yeah, Risk of Rain's up there too, honestly.
Noita, so far, I don't even know how to word that. Crunker.
Oh my god.
Crunker. Crunker. Oh boy, Crunker. That's a good
Crunker.
time.
Crunker makes
Mario
so
Party. That's also a good fucking time.
Sam, we're supposed to be talking about one thing. You've listed 15.
I love Mario Party too. Yeah,
If
Mario
I
Party.
had,
We should do a special podcast episode while
we
playing
should.
Mario Party.
We should.
We'll see.
fucking-
We'll see. We might be able to set
I
up out
mean-
an emulator, or if I come over in the summer, then we can play. I have Mario Party on the Switch.
Yeah.
Splendid time.
We'll see
If
if I
I
can convince my
had
brother to let me bring the Switch over.
Choose one. I think I'd have to narrow it down between Celeste and Subnautica. I guess I'll talk about Celeste. I fucking love I think the soundtracks, all of them slap so hard. Especially the B-sides. The B-sides are fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, they got good remixers to just come in and do whatever they wanted. So it's
Yeah.
someone else.
The pixel art I really enjoy. I think it looks great. I love it. The story, people don't even know that it has one, but I can appreciate it. The gameplay, I've never hated myself more, but I still love the game.
So that's the whole. The story of the game, I think, really goes well with the gameplay.
Yeah,
It's it's Celeste trying to climb the mountain, and the point of the game is what, thoughts on depression or whatever.
yeah.
And it's like it feels like a mountain, and it's hard, but you can do it. You can get over it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like that. I think that's the main point it's trying to make, and that's why it's so hard. It's not. Well, I mean, it's hard for being hard. But I think.
Will I ever beat Chapter 9? Probably not. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, but it's just a very good
The
time.
farewell chapters.
Yeah, farewell.
I cannot believe. You did that.
Oh, can I take the reins from Miles for a second before we go to your turn?
Sure.
If we're gonna talk about more than one game, then Dark Souls has to be up there with arguably, I think, almost as high as League of Legends. When I first got Dark Souls 3 and I played with CJ, I think that was
One of my friends.
yeah, probably one of the most fun I've ever had playing video games, because Dark Souls 3 was my first Souls-like game, and it was egregiously hard in the beginning. Like, I had my shit slapped over and over and over, not even by the bosses, but by some fucking crabs in the swamp, dude. Like, I got my shit rocked by some fucking crabs. Like, I was just like, I was in awe. Like, I was.
I mean, yeah. It feels
the
like it's
scope,
kinda-
the scope of the game, and just like the insane curve. Like, I don't know what it was, but I think like the Souls formula like really clicked with me, and like I was just mesmerized. Like, I think I grinded like 40 hours in like 2 weeks or something. Like, it was an unbelievable amount of time I spent in that game. Like, I would literally play like 2 to 3 hours a day, just like constantly playing and like constantly looking for loot, or like grinding like soul levels and stuff. Like, if I could, I would literally like pay
Did you beat the DLC?
fuck ton of money. Yeah, I did. I went back and beat it. I would pay a fuck ton of money to, one, see Elden Ring be released soon. Me and Miles can talk about that.
Yeah. That can be a
And
setup.
two-
So when that gets released,
And two, which is, if I could like re-experience Souls for the first time, like I would give an insurmountable amount of money, because that was actually like that was, to me, I think, like a once in a lifetime experience.
Okay, give me $100, bonk on the head.
I'm good.
we'll pull a Haruhi Suzumiya. That's all we'll say.
Okay.
Calvin.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know that happens. That's all I know.
Yo, but for what part was
You're
that
right.
necessary?
that does happen.
I want to
Okay.
talk about Subnautica, but I'll let Miles say his.
Yeah, I think
piece
Miles
first.
Yay.
is
Yeah.
talking now.
It has been a hard decision on what I should talk about. I have wavered. I've been playing a lot of classic games like PS2, PS3 era. But it has been very rough on deciding what I want to talk about. I'm so torn between like the OG action slasher games like No More Heroes, Bayonetta, or Devil May Cry, to like visual novels that I've been playing recently, like 428 Shibuya Scramble or Chaos Child, which I just started like literally yesterday. To like RPG shit, like Persona 5 Royal is the crowning jewel in my mind. But you know, there's fucking Xenoblade, Valkyria Chronicles, shit like that. But I think I want to talk about the action games because I've really enjoyed it recently. I think specifically, fuck, it's so hard. Fuck.
Yo, can you hurry up and pick? I don't want to listen to you speak anymore.
What the fuck?
Oh my dude.
Oh, shut up.
You have to
You
do
listen
this.
to me say, oh, fuck, a couple times. I'd probably say No More Heroes. It really feels like it's very niche. It's very punk. It's very, this is just things this dude liked and he slapped together, which I think is also like, I talked about Fooly Cooley, it's kind of the same thing. It's just them doing whatever the fuck they want because they can, because they want to do it. And it can be a little clunky at times. It's it came out on the Wii, but I mean it's fun. It's a slasher. It's just here's some. It just lets you freaking chop people in half and all the gore that entails. It has cool bosses, good music. I mean, you have to do chores to earn money, but you know, yeah, you can pick up some trash, whatever. It's quirky, clunky, but fun as fuck. I'd have to
That's the
say.
one with the Travis guy.
Yeah,
Travis
Travis
Scott?
Touchdown.
Yeah, Mr. Touchdown.
We are getting No More Heroes 3 soon, I believe. This summer, I think.
The guy with
So
the
I am excited.
E costume.
I still gotta beat 2. I'm almost done with 1, but I've really enjoyed it. Otherwise, I'd talk about Devil May Cry. But if you don't know Devil May Cry, then featuring Dante is all I'll say on that.
Shut up.
Yeah, the Street
Be
God.
quiet.
That Dante guy, I don't know if you've heard about him. White hair, red coat.
I've heard the name
Pizza
before.
guy. Pizza guy. Has the guns. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I suppose I'll leave it at that, unless I
Okay,
can.
and
Rant about
for-
something else.
I don't want
Before-
to hear Miles speak, so I'm gonna skip him. The last.
whoa.
Last
Before
topic.
we start talking about songs,
Hey.
I want to talk about Subnautica for a bit, cause that is a great ass game. I love that. It's probably my favorite single player game that's not like something that makes you want to kill yourself.
I don't think I have more than like 2 hours on it.
Yeah,
Check.
as
I didn't enjoy it that
someone,
much, but I'll listen to what you do.
I wouldn't say I have a phobia of the ocean, but I definitely have a fear of the ocean. Diving
you have
into
a
that game,
phobia of
So-
the ocean.
You do.
Sam Ocean.
there is a difference. There's a difference.
Sam Ocean.
Sam Ocean. There is a difference. Watching that game get like fucking updated since its very earliest stages was very like fun to watch. Cause I was watching playthroughs when it was in like extremely early access, up to its full release when I played it for myself. And I don't know, just seeing it progress was very special. And then actually being able to play it for myself was terrifying. My friends got to see me be a pussy. Like a pussy ass bitch
Holy crap.
laying down in my bed while on the pause screen for an hour straight is
Crying
definitely a
tears.
highlight. No, I wasn't crying, but I was
No, I
like,
He's in denial.
he
Yeah.
I was going through the 5 stages, but I wasn't crying. Just down to the story that they have, I I very much like the story, and also seeing like what the modding community is doing with it, especially now. It's just very interesting, and it was very fun to play through, even through all the glitches that it still has.
Right? Well,
That's cool.
Okay, on to our last topic.
I believe it is music now, if I'm
Yeah, music.
not mistaken.
So it is Sean's
It
turn.
will be a little rough for me, but we'll
Sean,
get
you can talk about your favorite genre. So your favorite genre, your favorite artist, or I'm gonna throw in your favorite song as well. So you can talk about all three, or you can just talk about.
or favorite album if you don't have a
do
song.
like all three. So
Well, yeah. Let's cut it down for time, but
yeah, I'll make it short. My
I mean, we
favorite
said that the
genre-
pilot episode we could bump up to an hour and a half long, so we still have some
Yeah,
time.
no, we have.
We planned on giving it hour and a half to 2, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yeah, we're only at an hour and 11 right now, so we have.
we
some
have.
time.
we're fine.
Yeah, we got time.
We might have to ram a little more to get it to 1:30.
All right, time to talk.
Well, afterwards we're probably gonna do a little.
Well, yeah, we'll do a little bit with music
Well,
that we
I'm
want to
talking
play in the
about Automata if I
background.
have time. That's a behemoth of its own. That'll try and cut down on how much I love that game.
Okay, so my favorite music genre, I do listen to a lot of like J-pop and like anime music, but recently I've been listening to too much video game music because
For a second there, I thought you were gonna say the baby, and I'm like, that's kind of.
oh, I'm not gonna say the
Yo
baby,
soy
no.
the baby.
It's like
Or that Fortnite song that keeps playing.
I love the soundtrack for like Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh, for sure. But
Undertale. Like
that's our boy Noboru.
yeah, he like One Winged Angel slaps. Battles music slaps.
Recently, man, though, I think he's doing his last full album because he's getting too old.
That's a bit sad. But and then like
The set.
and like the last video game music I'm going to talk about is Ace Attorney because I love the music for Ace Attorney. It's so
I
good.
was trying to look for the composer for that so much. Even little jingles are so good. There's so much like charm, or at least passion in them. Like
Yeah.
you can really tell they cared and wanted to make something good.
Yeah, that's
I fucking love it.
yeah. I want Phoenix Wright and Smash so I can get Ace Attorney music in the game.
Even that little jingle. There's always one moment I remember of the original Ace Attorney game where it's like I remember some other lady gets like randomly accused like mid-trial, and they're like, okay, your dude is innocent, whatever, you can go. And they get in the courtroom and they're like, all right, fuck, I gotta find a lawyer, thank you all for all your help. And then it starts playing the court, or like, I don't remember the song, but like courtroom lobby or something. It's like a little jingle. And he's like, what do you mean I'm doing your case right now? Oh man, that gave me chills, bro. It's so fucking good. I love it.
Play Ace
I'll try to find the song.
Try and buy
Ace
it,
Attorney.
but I've emulated all the games, so like me saying that doesn't really amount to much. But play it, it's
Mild
good. I'm not going to talk about artist or song, although I could.
That.
I'll hand it
That
over
fucking
to
song.
Calvin Bunger over here.
Bonger, bonger.
Okay. All right. Favorite. I'm gonna quick like touch on each three. So I'm just gonna talk about recents and not overall because if I was to span overall, then it would be too long. My recent is J-pop for sure, 100%. I've been listening to J-pop nonstop,
Oh
but
god, we're all weebs.
but previously I was very much into old school rap and also into classical music. I was big like into old school rap and classical music. And by old school rap I don't mean like super old shit. I mean more of like, Section 80 from like Section 80, Good Kid, Mod City. Like stuff that's kind of old like before my time. Like but okay. But like,
You
like
two know what this
coming
guy's
up-
talking about?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
you
The only
listen
old
to
school rapper I listened to was Eminem.
Yeah, I know. We'll just let this dude speak. It's fine.
What the fuck?
Okay. Yeah, and also like I listen to a lot of classical music, so yeah, those three are probably my favorite genres. But at the moment, by far J-pop. Favorite artists? For rap, it's Kendrick. K. Dot. For classical, it's probably like Chopin, and for J-pop, I'd have to say Eve. I think Eve makes a
Oh
lot
my
of
man, How to Eat Life. Oh, what a guy.
Yeah, How to Eat
yeah,
Life
How to Eat
is-
Life slaps.
And
How
what
to Eat Life is
dramaturgy, and then there's he's in a lot of good
I
stuff.
actually think
Tokyo
I
Ghetto.
honestly okay. I honestly think dramaturgy is overrated. Like I'm gonna be serious. I honestly
I
think
like it. I agree with you.
I know it has quote
How to
unquote
Eat
deep
Life
themes.
and the
No,
Jujutsu Kaisen ones are better, but you know.
Yeah. Like I really think the Jujutsu Kaisen opening is a lot better. It's more stylish. It has better like vocals.
Well,
like,
I mean, obviously that's intentional because I mean it's a commercial work. It's not just him doing what he wants.
yeah. Okay. What else? Favorite song. By Kendrick, probably How to or no, hold on. By
I was gonna
Kendrick,
say How to Eat Life.
How to Train Your Dragon.
I was gonna say How to Eat Life because it got okay. Eve is How to Eat Life. That one very easy.
The music video
Chopin-
is not that, by the way.
Chopin probably I think it's A2 no 17, which is Torrent. And then for Kendrick, it's probably Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know you guys know fucking jack shit about Chopin and Kendrick, so I'm just gonna
I
say
know a little bit about
I'm just
Chopin. I don't know how much.
I'm just gonna move on. Yo,
Who's
Sam,
next? Sean? I think.
Well, I mean, I
let's
think
Sam first.
going back to Sean, I'm kind of the opposite of how his taste of music has evolved. I was very much into like electronic music when I was young, and then
Geometry
now,
Oof.
more
I mean, I
recently,
agree with you, but oof.
yeah, and then
Well, that's
now
fine
more
for me and you,
recently,
bro.
I have probably descended actually, into stuff like J-pop and J-rock.
yeah.
Jay.
Like-
It's everywhere, bro.
Oh no, I
Well,
can
this
barely
is,
remember
let it be
this
known,
shit.
this is mostly weebs here.
Yeah,
We're in an attic for.
If you don't expect that, then
Come on.
you know.
yeah.
Don't treat me. Don't
sorry.
treat me
I
like the
can't
rest of you guys.
remember
bullshit.
much of the electronic
Shut up,
music
Mom.
I listened to in the past. I like
It appeals to our kitty selves. It's like the beep boops are like, yeah, it's
Yes.
cool.
Jumper.
I
dude,
agree with you. I don't.
Yeah.
I frown upon that part of my life.
I live with it. I still
Well,
think that
yeah,
some
no, it's more
pervy
like
music
I
and shit
cringe. I
slaps
don't-
hard.
I'm like, ooh.
It makes
Of
me
course,
reliable.
stuff like Celeste, I talk about that. I love that kind of music. I think that's cool.
Yeah, chiptune.
Yeah. If we're talking about J-pop and J-rock, damn.
I know who your favorite artist is.
Yeah, you definitely know who my favorite artist is. I really love Kai Nasuda. I found him before I watched Fire Force, which is the only like commercial piece of music
Oh.
that he's done.
Did he do the Fire Force something?
No, he actually did the first ending for it. I really like all of his music. Lead is probably a favorite, but then there's also some ones that use Japanese text, so I can't even fucking read that shit. That I do like a little bit more. Yeah, Eve, I do really like. Also Minami. Minami is good.
Yeah. True. Agree.
Yeah. Yeah, she has some very good shit.
Taiki Kono did Bakemonogatari stuff too.
Oh, you know the guy who sang the Kaguya? Oh, that guy's got a nice. Oh god.
dude.
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah,
What
they
did
do
he
that.
do?
God, that guy's clean.
Is it Bradio? No, Bradio did
God, I
Flowers
love
High.
that guy.
He looks fly too. Like,
Yeah, he's dripping, dude.
I thought it was Bradio
Fresh
for a
as
second,
fuck.
but Bradio
Jay-
did Death Parade opening
sexy.
the Fly High.
there's a lot of like J-pop. I was about to say J shit.
I thought you were gonna say Jay Schlatt.
Oh my god.
like
I
I,
actually thought you were gonna say Jay Schlatt.
the Monogatari opening slap so much. I mean they're all done by. They're not like done by like separate artists. They're done by the voice actresses themselves. But in terms of like actual artists or bands, I love Maximum the Hormone. Their music is. It's like headbanging or it's just funny, and I love it. They're like this like
Oh,
super
is it-
heavy metal band that did like the second opening and ending for Death Note.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also
Their
oral
music is
cigarettes.
lovely.
I know more
Oh,
about Jam metal.
Amoy no Take. I like some of his shit.
Oh, the oral cigarettes did the Hey Kids thing.
Oh, Lisa too.
Yeah,
She
Lisa,
sang Gureng.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
No, it's not Lisa. It's just Lisa.
It's just
just
Lisa.
Lisa.
It's just
Lisa.
Lisa or something. Like that.
It's abbreviation for what? Love is smile always, something like that. I don't remember. It's some.
I think
English.
I think our name is just Lisa. I think you're stupid.
Yeah, I like Amoy no Take one day.
No,
think
I'm sure it's Love is smile.
Okay, you don't have to
always.
search it up.
I used to listen to Lisa all the time. I know I'm right.
All right, well, Miles, it's actually your turn to talk about.
oh, yeah. Asian
it's
Kung
my
Fu.
turn.
Asian Kung Fu Generation, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the alt rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
do
do
like
the
that
art
one.
stuff.
I do agree with Sam. I think who said electronic music when he was young. Unfortunately, so I cringe upon that part of my life.
I accept it. It'd be like that.
I'm in denial. I guess I listen to more rock. There is some metal I listen to. I'm not the biggest metal guy, mostly because I don't like the vocals most of the time. I don't like the screaming vocals, but I like shit like Guilty Gear metal. I think is the metal I like, or like baby metal. If you guys know what baby metal is.
Baby metal is good. I love
baby.
Shut
No.
up!
Oh,
It's
baby.
like, the
Stop
first time I listened to
talking.
baby metal is my dad was taking me somewhere and he played it in the car and I'm like, what is this? This shit slaps.
Moe metal, bro. It's so good. One of the dancers had to leave for health problems, and one of my favorite songs, "Sis Anger," can never be sung again. They don't have the singer.
Sis.
I'm not explaining to you the backstory of baby metal.
Okay.
That's an episode on its own.
Baby metal is funny.
It's wild. It's so good though.
Yeah. baby
They
metal.
went to Braxton, which is in London, or not in London. It's in the UK, which is very big on their metal. And they got booked on a random stage. Nobody knew who they were because they debuted like a month or two ago in Japan. And these three poor Japanese girls had to sing metal in front of like the most heavy metal group in all of like the world, essentially. And I mean, they rocked it. They did well. But that's the tangent. I guess I listen to most like alt rock or like J rock. I guess I do listen to a little J pop, but I'm not as big J pop as these three monkeys.
Hey, what the
Oh,
fuck, bro?
Listen, I'm an ape. I'm an ape.
Okay.
Rock is
You're really insistent on that name. What the
I
fuck?
really like Three Monkeys and an Ape. That will be an episode title. Mark my words.
Alright. I mean, I'm fine with
We're
that.
going to talk about favorite primate.
We're gonna talk about how we like banana.
We can talk about evolution and Darwinism.
Sure.
Donkey
Donkey
Kong Country
Kong.
more.
If I had to choose favorite band, then right now I've been listening to a lot of, like I said, Guilty Gear music because I love the singer in that. I've been listening to Asian Kung Fu Generation and the Pillows. Pillows did Feel Cooley soundtrack for the way.
Asian Kung Fu Generation is great. I love it.
They also did a song called Solonin, which I really like because I read the book.
In terms of heroin, I love Dragon
Heroin.
Force. Only like two other songs, but like Dragon Force.
There's one other song. I'm forgetting the name of it right now. It's in my legs, but that's a tangent. For songs, I was gonna say Carpenter Brett, though he does not do rock. He does he did the Hotline Miami, some of the Hotline Miami songs, stuff like that, like really heavy techno shit. But that's
Yo,
what
you
I'm
got
doing
like
right
Crazy Frog.
now. Shut up.
Shut up.
If I had to choose right now, favorite songs, there's the pillow song I really like called Last Dinosaur.
The good dinosaur.
I thought of that as well. Good dinosaur.
There's this metal song I like from a game called Metal Gear Rising.
Oh, Metal Gear Rising.
Metal Gear
Really?
Rising.
It's a small game.
Just a light little game.
Whenever I play Metal Gear Rising, I just hear like these edgy vocals. I can't.
Yeah,
think about,
it's really like
Whenever I think of
nonsense
Metal
rock
Gear
with
Rising-
cringy vocals, but it's so good to just be like, I don't know what's going on, but this is just fun.
Sean,
There's a song called "A Stranger I Remain," which is I think
Yeah,
what
Metal
people
Gear
think
Rising
most of the
is
time.
like if you're like feeling edgy, play Metal Gear.
Arguably, it's a shit game. The tutorial's dog shit, and it's really. I mean, it looks cool, but the gameplay isn't the greatest. But it's just fun. I mean, it's just fun.
I
It's
heard
just
the
a good
character at the
time.
very end is really
Oh my god, Senator Armstrong is
Senator Armstrong, the guy from Texas.
fucking
Sean, I'm
born and
gonna
raised,
talk
baby.
about this and call you out because I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But whenever I think of Metal Gear music, the first thing my mind goes to is Nate screeching Snake Eater in middle
Oh
school.
my god. Yeah,
Snake
okay.
Eater's- well, I was considering talking about Metal Gear 3 because I really love Metal Gear 3, but again, I drone on and on and on about it.
We can
Play Metal Gear if you can.
Nate's story like later, but in like a TLDR version of it, there's this guy named Nate who went to our middle school. He goes to our high school too, but
Yeah.
every now and then he'd scream Snake Eater at school at the top of his
Dude,
lungs.
there's like fucking chronicles about him. We haven't even gotten into talking about like the
Yeah,
flute.
he is a man of
Flute
many
saga.
stories.
Anyway, like I was saying, Pillow's Last Dinosaur, Guilty Gear Song. There's one called Frisia, or I guess Smell the Game is the classic everyone knows now.
Smell
Smell the
what?
Game. He says that is bullshit
Smell the
blazing.
game.
Still my heart is blazing. That.
Oh,
those-
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I guess you don't know what I'm
yeah.
talking about, but those words alone are.
My heart is blazing.
You guys know this
My
song?
heart is blazing. If it will kill me.
Okay, well, it's just
I'm actually.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't
mean,
know
I
what
actually
else to
kind
say
of
for
want to talk
music.
about music.
She
a
made
little
the-
bit.
she
There's a song called Grasshopper from a band called Ride, which is also good. It's actually the dude who made No More Heroes. That's how he named his company because he liked the song so much, and that's why it's called Grasshopper Official.
Yo, Dire Straits. Yo.
Can I go back and try? I'm gonna attempt to justify getting into Japanese music with this argument, being that whenever I think of like what people our age would typically listen to, it's either rap or like radio music. I don't really like
Yeah.
radio music now. I did like radio music back in like
I still
late
kind of like radio music, to be honest.
Pop
I
can be
liked
fine,
it in
but I don't listen
late-
to a lot of pop.
I think my peak for that was late 2000s to early 2010s. I think some of that music is
Oh, like
very
that
good.
edgy shit? I agree with you.
Like,
I don't
Imagine-
think it
Imagine
was
Dragons
edgy
is a big
shit.
Part of that, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
when you-
Imagine Dragons.
And, like MCR, that's what you're talking about. That's early 2000s.
Oh, My Chemical Ro- I li- My
Listen,
Chemical
listen. I
Look,
you can always love some OG like metal or punk
like
rock.
last year, I
Just cause.
like I
Oh.
listened to a lot of Green Day.
It might be a little
Anyways.
edgy, but you know,
Look,
whatever.
I
It's-
know-
It's good to just be like, yeah, this is sick.
I know old school like rap and shit. Like that shit I can actually listen to, but whenever I think about like new rap, all I can think of is like people like fucking Mario Judah and
100 Gex.
Like, dude, I'd rather listen to someone singing an actual song just in a different language than fucking like not even any
100
language at all.
Gex.
Oh my god, yeah. Music is like, alright, I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I kind of hate music. Yeah, this
I
music
don't
shit
know.
kind of
I feel like my genres of what I want to listen to and like listening to shift constantly. It's always a balance of what if I recently consumed in terms of media, and what like genre of music do they have in them? Like the only reason I'm listening to all this punk stuff right now is because I'm playing punk games and I watch Fooly Cooly again. I guarantee you, if you ask me like in a month or two, it'll be completely different than what it is right now.
I can relate to that, but at the same time, I can also take in the same as I can do with like animes and shit. I can take in the same music for fucking hours on end.
Oh, like
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
beats on end.
I'll find one song I really like listening to, and that's what I'm listening to for that day. I listen to one song on repeat for hours and hours until I get sick of it.
It's strange how you can do it. It's like, huh, I love this song, and then like right after you're like, I don't want to listen to it again.
Nah, but I can.
Yeah.
Like people will do that for a day. I can do that for like a month and a half, bro.
Well, it depends on the song.
I can do that for like.
If it really slaps, it's good, and sometimes I'll save them. Like, again, like Last Dinosaurs, I think I can. Pillow Shit, I think is really good. Top notch.
It's a good dinosaur. It's just I just can't stop thinking about.
Like
Listen to the song that's in chat.
a song I can like listen
not
to
right
like
now.
a lot right now and not get tired of is any variation of One Winged
Oh, I
Angel.
swear to God, I'm actually slowly
Yes,
going to
I
I've been
know
listening
that,
to
Sean.
the Monogatari piano thing because I was assuming that would be our background music.
Oh man,
Oh my
that's
God, these
Oh
two
yeah, we
chords
can start talking
are
about that. What do we want the
Oh.
fucking background music to be for this?
choir music.
probably just like chill piano.
No,
Again,
let's just
Bakemonogatari
let's
is
just
theme is
the
fine.
jazz. The jazz
Like
I was
soft
talking about.
jazz.
music, like
The piano, slice of life
Yeah.
music.
yeah, it's like you'd sit down, you like drink some coffee, and you hear that in the background. You're like, yeah, I like
Just
it.
play
No,
Inferno.
it's literally playing. It's like be quiet piano chords. This is almost 2 hours now. I'm listening to these goddamn piano chords. But I'm gonna game these
Oh
out
my
across them.
god, I know exactly what you're talking. The exact fucking OST. I've
Okay.
heard that.
Well, I love that OST. I used it for
I'm just
one
thinking
entire
now because Calvin said Inferno. I'm just thinking of like fucking hearing like as
Are
we're
we
all
talking
in fucking
about the
outrage because I
Berserk
have an
theme? What are we
Amelia
talking
No,
about?
PFP or
it's the
something.
Fire Force opening, the first Fire Force opening.
Oh, okay. So they have the same name.
Yeah.
There's a song called.
When you put balls in
which
your
is also
dog.
really good.
When do we
could
think
also do
this
something
episode's
like
when do we think this
Animal.
episode's gonna be out? Like next week?
We are recording this on a Friday for context.
yeah.
Probably next week.
That's it's. I
some
almost
time
said
to
May.
I mean,
It's
you guys are
March.
in spring. You guys are in spring break, so
Yeah, I could
it'd
get
probably
this
be like
out.
beginning or middle of next week. Because there's not much editing for you to do.
Probably like Monday, if I had to guess. We're gonna try and record an episode.
It
tomorrow.
depends. See, it could either
So
be
let's
out
see.
by like late tonight or tomorrow, or it could be out in the next fucking month.
Yeah, but
because
think
I
about
forget
it's like
about it.
gonna be long. Think about how like your computer's gonna have to export this. So like
You might
It'll
want to
be
leave it on
fine.
overnight. Like
yeah, like for me, my
Like, it's
computer
going
is
on.
like it's gonna kill itself.
See, that's a problem for me because I kind of have my computer in my bedroom and that shit is bright. So.
So here's what you do: you get a blanket.
Wear
Oh my
blindfolds.
god,
You gotta
yeah,
blanket.
that's what I did when I was trying to get a Valorant key back when that was happening on
Oh my
Twitch.
god, yeah. No, I what I would do is I would just make a I would have my iPad on like a different account, and I would just have like my phone on a different account, my like laptop on a different
Yeah.
account, and like my computer on like a different account. I literally had like 5 different instances of Twitch open to watch for Valorant.
Yeah, I actually luckily got my key right before I went to bed, so that was that was an experience.
I got my key. I got my key randomly, like in school. I was really hyped about. Most of my friends already had the game,
in
and I kind
the
of
school.
felt pretty sad because I was like, damn, like
Oh,
all
and
my homeboys have this game, and I don't even
I'm
have it.
thinking that for context, most episodes aren't gonna be like this. where
Yeah,
it's,
I
you know,
think
a real
I
set
think
thing. It's
once
mostly gonna
we-
be just us talking about a random theme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
this
had
is
more
like
of a
interesting.
and
like a
also
context
once we
today.
start getting into the groove, they'll probably get down to be like an hour long rather than how long they
Yeah,
are right
well,
now.
I mean, not necessarily.
No,
if we want to
okay,
talk,
well,
we're gonna talk. We're not
Yo,
gonna
yo,
just
yo.
stop ourselves.
The next episode, okay, so for the listeners, the next episode is gonna
We
be.
haven't decided. Mark my words, because Calvin has a long rant about this topic, so we might
Well, no.
change it.
That's
Yeah,
why I
it-
want to
it
be
could-
here for it. Fucking hell.
Actually, we could just wait until Sunday to record because I'm
Yeah.
pretty busy tomorrow as well. Like I'm down to
Well,
wait for you.
Shit, I don't know if I can record late on Sunday because I have shit to do on Monday.
Well, we can
I
just
think
do it-
I'm
Yeah,
out of
we
school.
can do it, and I don't think I have anything to do.
I
on
have people
Sunday.
over on Sunday. I'm just gonna have to say like, hey, I'm doing
Oh,
something
well.
really important. I'm like sucking.
We'll see. We'll either do it tomorrow or Sunday. It depends
Well,
on
at
when
least
people are
me
free.
and Sean are free basically the entire week. I'm willing to assume.
Yeah,
Pretty much. For the next episode, either we're gonna record it. So we're recording today on a Friday again, but either it's gonna be we're gonna record it tomorrow or on Saturday. So, yeah, it's
Tomorrow
gonna be
or
a
Sunday.
very long one. It's gonna
It's
be
either-
a
it's
very
either
very
gonna be-
long one.
I think we should push back Isekai one then, because I don't think we have the time on this weekend.
Bro, but I plan on that
I
out.
know you really want to talk about it. I know, but I think it's too. I think realistically, it's too long to unfortunately do on this
No, we
weekend.
can. We literally can, though.
Calvin wants to talk.
No, we can't
Now
force
you
it.
want
You
to-
have shit to do on Saturday. I have shit to do on Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
I doubt I'll have more time than like an hour or two.
For,
and
like,
that is
Casey
gonna
or
take
Peter.
like 3 to 4 hours.
For Casey or Peter, who's gotten this
I
far,
guarantee it to you,
God
Calvin. We
fucking-
barely scratched the surface of yours if you were talking for more than an hour and a half.
God fucking
Yeah.
damn it, Calvin has a lot to say about this shit. He has a
Oh
lot
my,
to
it
fucking
feel like that
say.
episode's just gonna be Calvin
No,
talking.
no,
gonna be
you
like
don't-
me watching a movie.
Sam, you don't understand. It's
No.
a completely different plan to what I had originally.
No, I
It is
do understand
so much
because
worse.
when we had this topic originally, we didn't even do any planning about it. You talked to me for like 2 hours straight with no plan whatsoever previously made. I am terrified, Calvin.
Dude, I have a like it's gonna sound really weird, but I have like a poster board, like a piece of poster paper, like on my wall.
Let's
very
boys. I have an idea.
This, like,
let us
whole,
all
like,
plan.
drawn
Let us
out
all
elaborate
plan.
All
Now
planned.
you can say no. You don't have to do this, but I think it'd be fun if each of us make a presentation on something they're interested in, and we each make an episode. of
Sean
our
could teach me
presentation.
about Monogatari and get me serious.
All right, time to study on philosophy.
I'll do Monogatari with you if you want. I'll help you with that episode because I'll let me spoil what I was talking about earlier. I am doing a lecture on the Fate series,
The
Oh
entire
my
and
God.
I'm saying everything he has. I'm talking the gotcha game. I'm talking the radio drama. I'm talking he has notes on his blog. I'm gonna do that.
How hot all the
That's gonna be like
I'm
6
not
hours
really
long.
one
That's
for
gonna be a behemoth of an
presentations.
episode.
But I have gotten onto my fourth rewatch of ReZero and taking a third person through the show. So that's
Do you want to talk about ReZero? We can.
I could not make a presentation on it if I
I'm not
tried.
gonna make a presentation. You're
You
just gonna
already
hear like
did. If you have a poster
rambling,
board,
so,
that's
like,
your presentation.
no, you're gonna. It's just gonna be like. It's just gonna be like ramblings of an extremely elaborate, like, and methodical plan to just like commit mass genocide.
mega mind over here.
So are you gonna do Monogatari? I mean,
Me? I guess I could. Yeah.
alright,
Either
so
that or I could talk about why Dragon Ball.
want to talk about the themes of Monogatari then?
I guess.
I think you should keep yourself to Kizu and Baki, whatever.
Yeah, Bakemonogatari.
Because I think that's gonna be enough information for you for a
Oh
bit.
no, we can have an in-depth analysis about the toothbrush scene from Nisei.
What?
Actually, just do everything in
Oh
box
my
at one.
God.
I'd
Yeah,
say.
it's like analyzing the.
I'd say do
uh,
Kizu, Baka, and
hospital
Nisei,
scene.
and then I think Neko Monogatari Black is there as well. So I'd say do
Monogatari
those.
last, surprisingly.
I'd say if you're gonna do a presentation, do it on box set one.
Yeah. Also, I'm like thinking. I was thinking. Calvin keeps talking about the isekai episode, and I'm just thinking we just make the title of the podcast episode just really unnecessarily long.
Light novel mode.
No,
Like,
no.
I got reincarnated
Just do it. I would just name it Calvin bullshit in another world as a fucking psychopath. I think that'd be a really funny
I'm my
title.
friend Calvin got reincarnated into another world as
The
a.
one I always remember is it's like,
As
what
a-
do you do at the end of the world? Do you build an orphanage or something? And I'm like, it keeps going, and I'm like, what?
That
Yeah,
time I
how
got
do you remember this?
reincarnated
How do I
into
type this
another
in?
world, but I
what is
had
your
my
show?
boys with me and a plan.
It's literally the meme where it's like they take the video game title and then they add and Knuckles.
Yeah, or they do like they do the fighting game thing where it's like
And
Under
Knuckles
Night Inbred, and
3!
then they add like it's oh my god, or like Guilty Gear, and then they add Sign, Zerd Rev,
Trials and Tribulations.
Revelator 2, and it's like please.
And then they do the near shit where they just add a bunch of numbers and like random.
Well, I mean, I think that's the square root of 2. Because it's not a remake, but it's not a It's not a remaster. It's somewhere in between. So he's being fancy.
New Metal Gear Rising Z and
I will-
Knuckles
if Metal Gear
3!
Rising comes out, I'm actually gonna scream. I'll be so happy.
And Knuckles.
Metal Gear Rising with like modern graphics.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'd be more if we wait for Sam and Sean, because I have two versions of my plan, One, which is I'm completely solo, and two, which is I come with you guys. And the plan deviates a lot when you guys are here, so it's actually really interesting to talk about.
We
what
get
I
to
think
go into the manipulation of
And
Calvin's
so I
mind.
think that episode
no,
to be.
no. Okay.
Do we want that
No,
episode to have cameras? Because we have poster boards and shit of what we.
No, I'm gonna do drawings. I'm gonna do drawings,
Yeah,
and then whoever does the editing can edit them in post. Is what I would.
I'm gonna do a live stream. You guys
You're
can
gonna
watch
do a
me.
live stream,
I'm
okay.
doing this with my friends too, so it might be a little bit of a bigger audience than normal. The peanut gallery per se, but you know,
Yeah.
I told Elijah and I told someone else that they could watch.
Well, we could just
So-
have no. We could. You could just do. You can do the presentation twice. One with Elijah and this group.
I don't know if I'm gonna have the capacity to force myself through 12 hours of presenting.
Well, you're gonna have
12
to.
hours? Jesus
I'm gonna
fuck.
need a gallon of water. I'm gonna lose my voice.
Yeah.
I swear to God. I'm gonna be loud to present as well.
See, I'm not really one for presentations or anything. But I can watch
Yeah,
it.
here's what I'll do. I'll split it into parts. Because, I mean, I could do it in a day, but that means you guys are committing 6 hours of your day to listen to me
I don't want to.
talk
So,
about fate.
I'd
So
tell...
we'll split it up into parts.
Oh man.
Because I'm
okay,
doing the
so-
timeline, and let me tell you, that timeline is big. There's so many paths. That'll be like a 5 or 6 part episode for me.
Yeah.
So I actually
Oh, you go.
I actually had a rule for myself. So basically the main difference between me being solo and me being with you guys is that for my rule with you guys is I absolutely cannot fuck with anything that you guys are doing, basically. So it's like let's say like we travel to a town, right? And you guys are taking a quest. Like I can't kill like the reception lady because that's gonna fuck with like your progression. So like my self-inflicted
Okay,
rule
so
is
your
like, if it
your
directly
self-implied rule is to not team sabotage. You're turning friendly fire off. That's all you're
Yes.
doing.
Okay.
We're gone by the end of that. Don't blame
Calvin, before you get started, I'd say I'll hear it out.
I can indirectly.
But poor
Yeah.
listeners, I'll spare you the trouble. You'll get that in your own episode. I think we should call it here for the episode, boys.
Yeah, I think
Are
today
you
is
guys
like-
good with that?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think
I've been
Wait.
sitting here for a while.
Then
We're
I
gonna-
shall bid you adieu, dear listeners, whoever you may be.
Shut up.
Probably
You're so
Andrew.
cringe.
Bye,
Oh,
Andrew.
okay.
You're so
So-
cringe. I don't want to hear you speak anymore.
So we're ending it off
So we're
here.
gonna-
What
So
a
we're gonna end
what
it
a-
here.
Say goodbye to
We'll
all
see
the
you
people.
whenever this episode comes out and whenever
Yeah.
episode
I
episode
guess,
zero,
yeah,
the
signing off.
prologue
I'm
comes out on
Sam.
our channel,
Blue
which will be in the
Retards
description,
John.
hopefully.
Calvin is
Thanks for
Calvin,
listening.
and Miles is Miles.